Well, hello there my friends, it's me Kid Spiderman and welcome back to my channel, and thank you for joining me on this brand new video for another reading out for you guys. So I'm going to do another Disney storybook. I'll go read to you for story time as a learn and listen. I'm sure book I've got, I'll go read to you in a minute. So first of all, I have got Disney Pete's Dragon. It was published by Disney's Wonderful World of Reading and Grolier Book Edition. So, you can see, you definitely recognise these characters. That's Pete and Eilliot the Dragon. It is inspired by original live action 1977 Disney film with animation. You definitely might recognise it in your childhoods as well. So, you haven't came to the right place to join me for story time. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to do, I'll go read this book to you, read by words on each page, and also I'm going to show you some illustrated pictures on each page as well. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Once upon a time there was a lonely little boy named Pete. Pete was an orphan. He had no father or mother. He had no sisters or brothers. What I need is a friend, Pete said to himself. Just then, a large green dragon crawled out of the bushes. He had small pink wings and a big smile. Pete was not afraid of him. Hello, said Pete. Who are you? Bobbity, said the dragon, happily. My name is Eilliot, and I want to be your friend. Pete was very happy to have a friend at last. He skipped across the field with Eilliot. Then he jumped over the fence. Eilliot jumped over it too. Later, the two friends sat down to rest. Pete said, I have run away from a place when I was living. Now I am on my way to see the world. Would you like to come along, Eilliot? Bip bip, said Eilliot. Sure. Eilliot knew that what Pete really needed was a good home, but he did not say that to Pete. I am hungry, said Pete, but we have nothing to eat. I will take care of that, said Eilliot. He wrapped his strong tail around an apple tree and shook it. Plop, plop, bright red apples fell to the ground. Pete wanted to roast some apples. Eilliot blew flames from his mouth to start the fire. Then Pete put the apples on a stick and held it over the fire. When the apples were cooked, Pete threw one to Eilliot. After their meal, the two friends started on their journey to see the world. With Pete on his back, Eilliot flapped his wings and flew up into the sky. Soon it was late in the afternoon. Pete and Eilliot needed a place to spend a night. They flew over the little town beside the sea. That looks like a nice town, said Pete. Let us stay there for the night. Eilliot landed at the edge of the town. Then he made himself invincible so that he would not frighten anyone. Pete and Eilliot walked into the town. No one could see Eilliot except Pete. Eilliot was a very large dragon, but a mistake, he bumped into the man carrying fresh eggs. Then he broke a wooden fence, and no one could understand what was happening. A man who was fixing the sidewalk saw footprints in his fresh cement. What is going on? What is going on here? He shouted. Pete and Eilliot quickly walked out of the town and down to the beach. There was plenty of room for Eilliot on the beach. he and Pete went for a walk. They came to some rocks on the beach. There was a big cave in the middle of the rocks. "This is a good place to spend the night," said Pete. Pete and Eilliot made themselves at home inside the cave. They played tic-tac-toe together. Once they even played it on Eilliot's stomach. Suddenly, they heard a friendly voice. "Hello in there," he called. The voice belonged to Nora, the daughter of the lighthouse keeper. She heard the voices inside the cave. "Pete, go out and meet her," said Eilliot. "She sounds nice. I will be fine here by myself." Pete went out and shook hands with Nora. "My name is Pete," he said. "Would you like to meet my dragon?" "I'm sorry," said Nora gently, "but I don't believe in dragons." Eilliot stayed hidden in the cave. He wanted Nora to like Pete. "You look a little tired and hungry," said Nora. "Would you like to come home with me?" Pete said that he would. "Well, come on," said Nora. Pete and Nora walked off toward a lighthouse together. In the lighthouse, Pete ate a good dinner with Nora and her father, Lampy. Lampy was a lighthouse keeper. Just as they finished dinner, a terrible storm blew up. Lightning flashed and thunder boomed. The light cried, Lumpy, it must not go out." He ran upstairs to the top of the lighthouse. The storm grew stronger and stronger. The wind howled. The huge waves crashed against the rocks. Not far from shore, the sailing ship was being tossed about a powerful waves, but the light was still shining from the lighthouse, and the captain was able to steer his ship. Suddenly, the light went out. "We're lost, we're all lost," cried the captain. "Our ship will crash on the rocks." Lumpy and Nora and Pete were all at the top of the lighthouse. "Quick," said Lumpy, "help me light the lamp again." Nora held the glass chimney. Lumpy tried to light the wick of a big oil lamp, but it was wet and would not catch fire. Then Pete had an idea and raced down the stairs of the lighthouse. The wind and rain were very strong. Pete ran as he could. He was going to find Eilliot. At last, he reached the cave. There was Eilliot, sleeping peacefully. "Wake up," cried Pete. "You have to help Nora and Lumpy." In no time at all, Eilliot and Pete were flying back toward the lighthouse. Eilliot was thinking so hard about reaching the lighthouse that he forgot to make himself invincible. Noah was very surprised when he saw Eilliot. "Pete," she said, "you really do have a dragon." "Yes," said Pete, "and he's going to help us." You who?" cried Lumpy. "That is a dragon. Don't worry." "Do not worry," said Pete. "Eilliot is a friendly dragon. He is here to help us." Pete quickly showed Eilliot an oil lamp that would not light. Eilliot smiled and took a deep breath. Then he blew out a strong flame. The wick caught fire. A bright light shone out to the sea again. "You did it, Eilliot," Pete shouted. Then Pete and Eilliot flew out of the ocean to make sure there were no ships in trouble. Soon Eilliot brought Pete back to the lighthouse. Then Eilliot returned to the beach. The storm was over. Nora fixed hot cocoa for everyone. Listen, Pete, said Lumpy, why don't you and Eilliot live with us? I could build Eilliot a special house on the beach. Pete went down to the beach to tell Eilliot about Lumpy's offer. Gee, Pete, said Eilliot, it is a nice idea, but my work here is done. I came to you because you needed a friend. Now that you have Nora and Lumpy, it is time for me to go find another child who needs a friend. Peter gave Eilliot a big hug. You are the best friend a boy ever had, he said. Bib bib, I know, said Eilliot happily. Then he flapped his wings and flew up into the sky. Pete and Nora and Lumpy all waved goodbye. Eilliot knew that he would miss Pete, but Eilliot also knew that was another lonely child waiting for him somewhere. This is the end. I'd like to conclude this video of Read Aloud for you guys. So, I am so happy that you enjoyed this video where I read this story about Disney's Pete's Dragon. I'm glad you found it very amusing and very entertaining to listen to a story of Disney's Pete's Dragon. I think it's quite very interesting, guys, so I really appreciate you guys for your attention to listen to his story about Pete's Dragon. So, we highly dedicated to a magical arts of Walt Disney Animation Studios since 1923. Okay guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll definitely see you on the next videos. If you want comments down below, please make suggestions. I want to see the next Disney's Read Aloud book stories for you guys if you wanted to see next. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you soon.